So I did a couple videos on sealing my crawl space vents, and I said in those videos, after I closed up the vents, I had 17 of them that are almost 3 feet wide. They're pretty big, foot and a half, 3 feet long by a foot and a half wide, with big slats in between them. They had the screens behind the slats, which most of them were either chewed through or torn loose, 25 years old, and none of them were keeping the animals out. So that was my first objective, to keep the animals out of my crawl space. So I used this Lexan sheeting and completely sealed the backs of the vents. And in those videos, I said I would put a humidity monitor under there and check the humidity. So it looks like what I've got is, so this is my humidity monitor, AprilAire. It's wireless. It's got a little sensor that I hung on a post, one of the floor joists under the house. And right now I'm reading 67% humidity off that monitor. 68 degrees, 67 humidity. The inside temperature is 75 degrees, 52% humidity. So the air's not running very much today. It's probably 75 degrees outside, not very humid. But when I put it in, the 3 days after, or when I finished the last seal on the last vent, 3 days later we got a huge rainstorm, like over 3 days, pouring rain. I think we got 4 inches of rain, and the humidity on my AprilAire monitor went up as high as 85%. So that's not good. And here's my crawl space opening inside the garage. So that's the crawl space. And when I did these vents, I wanted light to come through. So that's why I chose the Lexan. So I still have light in here. All the vents are sealed. And some vents are behind this cinder block wall, then the vent. Other vents are just open right into the crawl space. But all that light down there is sunlight, which I want sunlight in here. So I don't want to seal encapsulate. I just don't think that's the greatest idea. Well, I don't know. I just don't want to do it. So now my next step is I bought a dehumidifier, commercial grade dehumidifier from AprilAire after doing research. This is one of the better ones, and I bought a Model E050, which means 50 pints of water, maybe a day. But it's a smaller one. I think it's rated at 1,500 square feet. My crawl space is probably bigger than maybe 1,700 square feet, but that's the model I bought. And the reason I bought this is because it's the smallest one that I think I can handle by myself. So I got it unboxed, all set up, ready to go under the crawl space. It's 40 pounds. So I'm gonna have to wrestle this through. I'm gonna take one of the vents. I didn't caulk in the vents yet. I'm gonna take one of the vents out, and this is 10 inches. I think they said 10 inches tall by 10 inches wide. Looks more like a foot, but easily small enough to fit through my crawl space vent. I did as much work as I could out here. I've got everything taped up, ready to go into the house. So I bought this kit from Amazon, $1,700, and it came with the hangers. So I'm going to hang it from the floor joist. So these are the feet that these little brackets. There's 4 of them. Go on. They attach where the feet attach, and then they supply these eye bolts. These will go into the side of the joist, and then they have these cool little ratcheting. So it's a little carabiner clip and then a ratchet. This will go on. This will go up on this eye bolt, and then you just cinch this down or out, whichever way you want. There's plenty of rope to get it the height you want. So I've got maybe 3 feet space where I'm going to hang this. So I want it as far off the ground as possible. And then I'm going to drain. So I have the pump hooked up. So this again is all part of the kit. Came with a pump, and I'm impressed with the whole system right now. What I've seen so far. So they give you this bracket. This nice bracket to hang the condensation pump on the side of the unit. So this little bar here is included. You have to install it. You take two of the body screws out and then screw this rail on, and then this rail, this bracket they provide is really heavy gauge steel, and it's got a lip, and it just hangs on that. Hangs on that rail that you install, and then you've got, you can slide it. Got some play on it, and then the pump comes with four places you can discharge into. 3 are capped, and I just used the one that they had open, and I didn't have to use any extra tube. This hose, everything here came with the unit. So they provided this big roll of hose, which I don't know what it's for. Maybe if you don't use a pump and just run it out, just gravity feed it out, but I'm not going to need that. So yeah, so far so good. So now I'm going to go wrestle this thing under the house, hang it up, and see how it goes from there. Oh, and one thing I did have to do is this electrical control panel pops off here, and I had to wire. It comes with a little jumper wire, and it's explained in the manual where to how to hook this up. But this wire plugs into my pump, my condensate pump. So if this fails, there's a switch in here connected to this that will turn this off, turn the dehumidifier off, so it doesn't continue to dehumidify and overflow water and cause a flood eventually. So you do have to hook that up. You just 2 little screws here. Just need a tiny screwdriver. Take those out, and you take the jumper wire. They just had a little black wire, jump in these 2, and they show you which terminals to put this in. And then the little plug, these 2 little blue plugs, plug into these 2 connectors on top. And that's just a safety thing. If this pump fails and it trips an overflow switch, it's going to shut the dehumidifier off. Again, it's going to be in my crawl space, so I do not. If it does overflow, I won't know it. But if it does shut off, I'll know it, because I'll see the humidity on my AccuRite meter go up. So it came with, as part of the kit, was this remote control, which is nothing more than a hardwired control, which I've got 50 feet from where this is going to be to where I can where I would, you know, mount this thing. So I would have to run 50 feet of wire, a 4-bundle wire. It's not wireless. It's from the dehumidifier. I'd have to tie it, connect it in here, and then to my remote control. They sent me the wrong thing. I ordered this through Amazon. They sent me this AprilAire thermostat, which is a thermostat for a heat pump. So called Amazon as they are. They gave me credit, and I was able to order just this M76 control, model 76 control from Amazon for like 35 bucks. So they ended up giving me more credit than what the control cost. So yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to use the control. Once I get it under here and set it to, you know, 55% humidity or 60, whatever I decide, I guess I think I'll just leave it at 55. I think it's going to be set and forget it. I'm not going to mess. There should be no need to mess with it. So I shouldn't need that controller. So if I don't need it, I get it set up today and everything's working fine, then I'll just send that back when it comes. So yeah, that's all my prep work. I mean, it took me a couple hours to get here, to get it unboxed, set up, understand all the manuals on the pump, the condensation pump, the unit itself, the hanging brackets, and now I'm all set to go mount it under the crawl space. So let's see how that goes. Okay, there it is. I pulled my vent out, and you know, the space is gotta be 3 feet wide, much wider than my shoulders, and 2 feet tall. So this went through no problem. Did it by myself. Just put this mat here and dropped it in on a piece of cardboard, and I've got a clear shot. I don't have to go around any AC vents. But I'm going to go through here and then down the middle. Okay, so I picked a spot kind of central to the crawl space, and one where I can sit up. Got enough room to where I can sit up and work, not having to be on my stomach or side. But yeah, just to show kind of around. And I plan to go out through, I'm going to drill a hole in that vent over there for the discharge, because that's on the sunny side, southwest side of my house. And anywhere I discharge water, the heat pump condensation, I get mold on the side of the house. So I took care of the heat pump condensation with an injection system. I inject that into my irrigation system. So that took care of that moldy spot. But yeah, another, just to show how light it is in here, or how light it isn't. So this is with no lights, and this is how much light comes through those vents with just a Lexan covering on it. So yeah, I don't really like a pitch black crawl space. So that's another plus to the Lexan covers, and not full encapsulation. So I'm going to start hanging this thing. So I drug it in here on my piece of cardboard. From over there, and just slid it on this little cardboard sled. Got all my tools, my drill, everything in this bucket, and I'm going to start drilling holes and hanging these hangers and see how that goes. All right, there it is. Yeah, these little hangers, I was a little skeptical about them to begin with, but yeah, they work good. I was able to hook the hooks on them when they were on the ground. There was plenty of slack, and just pull it up in these little ratchets. Took up the slack, no problem. I just corner by corner lifted it up until I got it nice and level.
Side to side, end to end. Wasn't bad. So unfortunately, I didn't drag my condensation pump in here with me. I got to go crawl all the way back over to the window and get it in here and get it hooked up. So yeah. So just put the eye bolts in the joists, hook the little carabiner that came with it to it, and pulled on the string, took up the slack, and pulled it right up into the ceiling. Pretty cool though. And I oriented it with the screen that's got to be washed every 6 months. This is a screen that comes out that I can get it. My crawl space is down that way, so this is a shortest distance, best path for me to get to the screen to clean it. Now I'm going to go get the condensation pump hooked up. All right, there it is. One note: the discharge hose they don't provide a hose clamp, so you gotta have a hose clamp. I don't know what size that is. 5/16, maybe 5/16. I don't know. I just had some in my toolbox. All right, so the power cords I just slung over here. I'm gonna put them up over that joist. I'm gonna run an extension cord in here and plug them into an extension cord from my garage through the crawl space just to test it out. Once I run it, everything's working good, then I'll get my electrician over here, and if I'm happy with this location, then I'll have him put an outlet on this joist somewhere where I can just plug in right there. Okay, so now I'm taking this discharge hose down to my vent, and I'm gonna see if I can rig it up outside the vent into a sunny spot on the concrete where the water will not get a swampy area, basically dry up in the sunlight. So that's what we're gonna do next. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. Wasn't that bad. All right, there I got the line run, the condensation line. Going from the pump on the other side of the unit. Yeah, I could have put it on this side. I could have flipped it around, but I wanted the filter on that side so I can access it to clean it. That path there goes right to my crawl space door. So I ran the line up over the joist, down the other side, and out. I drilled a hole in my window vent on the sunny side. That side of the house is sunny all day long, so that water will discharge on concrete right on the other side of that window and run down a gutter and probably just evaporate in the sun. So yeah, all I gotta do is plug it in and I'm good to go. Figure out how to turn it on. Okay, so here's my discharge. Just drilled a hole through my vent, and this side of the house is sunny. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and basically it's in the sun most of the day. This is the southwest side of the house. So yeah, so I'm gonna just discharge on this concrete path, and if it's a lot, it'll just run down. I'm sure it'll evaporate before it makes a stream. So yeah, that's where we're at. Okay, so that's about it. The install is complete. I just ordered a 50-foot extension cord. So I'm going to plug into my garage outlet, run it for I don't know, a month or two. If everything looks good, then I'll call the electrician and get a box put under the house. Just another note, the reason I went with the E50, it's I think 50 pints per day, whatever.
The next size up that was probably a better fit for my size crawl space was an E70, but because of the weight, I'm not going to wrestle around anything over 40 pounds with my limitations with my age. Just crawling under the crawl space is a lot of work for me. So I went with the 50 because of the weight and the size and the ability for me to, handle it by myself. If for some reason that one doesn't keep up, which in the dead of summer, I'll just get another one. I'll put a second one in there. Yeah, that's it. That's the process. If there's any more information as far as it, not keeping up or anything I learn over the hot, humid summer months, I'll post a comment in the video. But that's what I'm going with. We shall see. Till next one. Peace out.